Just before I'm entering the metro here, I want to give special thanks to my executive producers Didrik and Dominic. Without you guys, this video would not be possible. If you, my dear viewer, would like to support my channel just like them, check out the first link in the description down below, it will lead you to my Patreon page. Anyway, the metro itself isn't the nicest looking one. In fact, I think this train is pretty old and that it isn't maintained well. Also, there were a few beggars getting into the metro and asking for money, which was really off-putting. Perhaps this was one of the reasons why the station warden was telling me that it is forbidden to film around the metro. Well, you know me already, and I obviously film anyway, even if I have to use a phone for that purpose. However, the price for a single ride is completely fine for the duration of the journey, which costs €1.20. Maybe the other metro lines are much nicer than this one, because this one is also the oldest one in the whole Athens Metro network. Anyway guys, after this whole unpleasant experience with the metro, I can finally say Καλώς ήλθατε στην Athena. I don't know whether it was a good idea to come right now to Athens because it's scorching hot, and also coming with a mom who isn't the youngest anymore to begin with all those steep hills. I don't know, seriously, I don't know, maybe it would have been better to come in October or something like that, but honestly speaking, I'm in a good mood and I'm really willing to explore something. Well, coming to Athens, you must visit the Acropolis. The ticketing was a bit weird because you need to enter a certain time frame when you want to enter, and of course it wasn't cheap to begin with. It costs €15 per person in the summer season. For some reason it costed us €20 per person, but it is what it is, I guess. At least those prices are from the original website and they must be correct. And of course, since it is the major tourist attraction in Athens, it has a lot of people visiting it, and therefore it's unpleasant for people who feel uncomfortable with crowds. In the end, I managed getting up there, and I must say it is absolutely amazing. Like, you have the bestest views from up here because it's basically on a hill, and you can see Athens and the surrounding suburbs with a 360 degrees radius, and this is really cool. But to be honest with you, from up here, well, it looks impressive, but Athens itself isn't the prettiest city out there, unfortunately. You have plenty of temples, it is a bit windy up here, so this is pretty good for this super hot sun. But other than that, well, it is what it is. It is one of the most monumental structures I've ever seen, which is ancient, so that's amazing. And if you guys want something what is a bit more chill, where you have more vibes with hanging out in taverns and in cafes and bars, just come here to Plaka. This is a really nice neighborhood where you can go to really nice taverns, albeit a little bit on the more expensive side, but I think for the vibes, if you're here in Athens, it is totally worth it, especially if you're here for a day trip like I am right now. One other thing which I'm going to show you in... And here we are at the Syntagma Square, which is basically behind me with the parliament. So what's so special about it is because there is a guard change, which I'm showing you right now. Those guards there, they're called F-zones, and they're like, well, basically named after the border crossing with North Macedonia called F-zoni. Jokes aside, maybe it is true, I'm not even sure. But the reason why they are there, because they're elite soldiers, and they are guys you do not want to mess around with at all. And they do a guard change, which is actually pretty impressive. So at least there is some attraction what you can see here. And on top of that, I want to add, it happens every full hour. So if you missed it once, don't worry, come in the next full hour and then you can see it yourself again. So, was this day trip worth it? Well, if you've never been to Athens and have a chance to visit it because you were somewhere nearby or you were driving past it, I think there's absolutely zero reason to skip Athens, because this city is absolutely amazing, and spending here a couple of hours is also a really cool thing because you actually get into Greek city vibes, which, to be frank, do not exist that much because there aren't many cities in Greece to begin with. And of course, yes, it's a little bit expensive here and there if you're not really careful where you go, I know, but would I ever come again to Athens? Absolutely, because this city has a lot to offer what I could not see within such a short period of time. Alright, I guess that was it with my trip to Greece. As usual, I love this country and I'm always happy to be back. This time I really enjoyed going to an area I've never even believed to be visiting, but I'm glad I made it. I can't wait to visit my favorite European country again. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you guys the next time. Bye bye!